Is that a bit better?
Yeah, I'm fucking hammering this.
Oh, yeah. What are you hammering?
Fucking darts. I play darts, but it's like golf darts.
Class. Welcome to Or to Know Better. Built up to tomorrow night. This is bloody season 5, episode 28. We'll see you in a second.
Hi, this is Don Matteo, and you are listening to the Or to Know Better podcast. Let's do this.
Leeds is shit.
We're recording, you know.
Oh shit. We had a good start. I don't think we've got the personnel.
You can fucking laugh all you want, you absolute bellend.
I think about things. That's why you lot are idiots.
A melted version of a dick that's been shrink wrapped.
The absolute elite shithousery of this.
Hello, lads. How are you getting on, Smarty?
Good evening, Karl.
New
How are
hat?
you? New? No, I've had this many years, and I've worn this many times on this podcast.
They all look the same to me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing, Luke?
Yeah, not too
You're winning
bad,
on the
mate.
darts there, are you?
I'm in a timed game as well, so I started this at the worst possible time. It's over 5 legs, and I'm 2 legs to 1 up at the minute.
You're gonna
so
have-
I've
You're
got
gonna have to
finish it.
forfeit, like. You're gonna
I'm
have to
gonna
forfeit.
No,
You're gonna have to concede, man. You've got a pod to do
but-
here. You can't be at that.
Yeah.
The-
Other
the-
than that,
the-
mate, I am swell. Other than
Good.
the pressure that I'm under right now.
Oh, really? To
Oh,
have
I've just got an
coherent
eagle.
chat.
Just
Huh?
got an eagle.
Did
Just got
you?
an eagle. Yeah.
You'll be playing in
Not
the
like
Ryder
it.
Cup in no time.
I was well. No, mate. To be fair, if you saw my actual golf swing, you'd probably say I'd be playing more against Sue Ryder.
Oh, yeah, probably, yeah. In there donating your left and right foot because you can't use them at all.
It's chocolate.
So, yeah. Oh, Smarty, that's a nice T-shirt you got on there. What's that?
It says Dirty Leeds, look.
Where'd you get that?
I got it from Emily Renders Prints.
Nice.
You can find her on Instagram and the Twitter and all that sort of stuff. And she does some
Etsy
really good
as
stuff.
well.
Does some nice birthday cards. She does posters, but the T-shirts are absolutely top.
Yeah.
Especially the Leeds are falling apart again one.
I love that.
Yeah, it's good.
Love that
It's a
one.
great piece of attire. But yeah, go check her out. She's Aces RM, and she sends us nice things like this. So
Every
I thought
now and
I'd wear
again.
it tonight and just give it a shameless plug. You know what I mean? You know
Why
what I mean?
not? Why not?
Why not?
She sent it to you. We may as well.
I didn't get one of them.
Did
So
you
I've
ask?
got word.
They don't do kids' sizes. That's why.
I'd take that as a compliment.
I don't know, yeah. Let's see how that goes. Luke, you were on the pod there after the Portsmouth game. So Smarty, I'll
No,
come to you
you got
first.
that the complete wrong way
Fuck up,
around,
got it
Carlos.
arseways. All right, Luke,
Yeah,
I'll
mate.
come to you first. What was your I know I'm taking you away from your golf here. I was trying to put it
It's
off
fine.
by going to Smarty and I just fucked it up, didn't I?
No, I've nearly finished. I'm dominating. But yeah, and yeah, do you know what? It was one of them. I still thought we created enough chances to win the game. So I'm a little bit downbeat. Probably is the best way of putting it because we had some very very good chances that we probably would have backed either Firpo, Dan James, or Piru to score 9 times out of 10 this season based on form. It's just a bit shit that we had to lose the game in such a manner that actually we're all talking about Rodon, Strike, and Melier when actually the other end of the field it was probably the biggest area we struggled with. So yeah, I'm over it. But I still think there was the one. If I was to say one thing that pissed me off or that I didn't I sort of wasn't happy with was the commitment, and I didn't think I thought although we had the better chances in the game and many more of them, I think they were the better team sort of in the midfield and all over the park. They just wanted it more. Every second ball seemed to fall to them. And that's not through luck, that's through commitment and them wanting to win that second ball. So, yeah, some very average performances. I thought Bogle was average. I thought Tanaka was dog shit. I thought that was his worst. I thought he was our worst player, and I thought it was.
I'd like to talk about that partnership in a few minutes when you're done.
Okay,
Go
but
on.
yeah, some really, really, really poor performances and some just some performances that we didn't really need at this stage of the season. You know, we go and win that game, and the pressure's completely off us. Whereas actually, it's now on us. And I know we've still only got to match everyone's results around us to go up, and even win the league if we match everyone's results around us. But it shouldn't have been down to that. You know, we should still be sat 3 points, 3 points, 4 points, 3 points clear. We were 5 points weren't we before the West Brom game, and 7 points the week before that. 7 points the week before that, I think. 7 points clear of third. But yeah, it's in our hands again, and you know it's very Leedsy for it to be in our hands. You know, we remember the season under Bielsa where we failed to go up automatically, and Basham was arriving and all that bollocks, and you know we've never lived it down. So to get one over them twats this season, it's got to be done, man.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. Just going back to the Tanaka and Gruev, well, I wouldn't call it a partnership because they seem so alien with each other, Smarty. It doesn't work. Tanaka doesn't function in the same way as he does if he's in there with Rothwell or Ampadu. Do you think does Rothwell start in the centre with Tanaka tomorrow over Gruev? I've a Gruev point as well to lead on.
That's where I thought you were. That's what I thought you meant, rather than because we've seen quite a few occasions the Tanaka, the Rothwell, the Tanaka and Ampadu pairing work quite well. Actually, it's the Tanaka Gruev thing that seems to be a little bit stale. But yeah, you know, Luke's already said it, and I said it as on Baradi and Coke last night. You know, Tanaka did not have a good game. However, he wasn't alone. There were quite a few subpar performances from the team last night, and again, I think it seems to be the common theme across the board that we didn't seem to show as much fight as we would expect after a bit of a draw against West Brom. I expected more. I didn't expect to go down and thump them because they are very, very well organised, and they've had some good results down at Fratton Park. They're a very hard team to beat away, or they're obviously hard to beat at home. So yeah, I wasn't expecting a thumping. I think I did predict 1-0. A lot of other people did go higher, but you know, I expected a tough game, but I didn't expect to get that sort of performance. You know, I'm sure we'll discuss the Dan James penalty that wasn't, and Meslier's performance as well. You know, on the whole of it, I thought Meslier had a very good evening yesterday.
Sunday.
But you know, apart from the absolute collapse at the back, but let's go back to the whole the Tanaka and the Gruev thing. And really, it doesn't give me the fizz. And like you say, if one of them's off par, you know, then you know you're going to notice. But when two of them as well, because I don't think Gruev has played very well in either game he's featured recently. If I'm honest, since Ampadu's been out, he's not floated my boat at all. I think he's made quite a few mistakes, quite sloppy on the ball. Just not what you'd expect. I mean, he played well last season with Kamara, even though he was quite negative. I thought he was quite tidy on the ball and liked to put in a decent tackle, but we just haven't seen that really from him. And I think the game was won in the middle of the park, like Luke's already said. Yeah. I think they outplayed us. They wanted it more. They outfought us, and we just were at the races.
Gruev for me, like he's had great games for us, and he's done this and that, but one thing I did notice on Sunday, I wanted to come back to it, it was that he has zero ability with his right foot. Everything he does has to be turned onto his left to be able to pass the ball, and the amount that slows the play down, because he's doing a full circle to get back onto his left. Even when it's not fit for his left foot, he'll still try and pass it, and that's detriment to how we play at the back, because the passes need to be quick, snappy, and they need to be into feet and out straight away. And it's like I like Gruev, but he hasn't, like you said, Smarty, been at the race at all this year, like he was last year, you know. And it's definitely a spot that Rothwell should make his own now over the next couple of games. I think it'll be a good international break after. Kind of coming at a good time as well, just to kind of reset a bit. But yeah, I don't think Gruev complements Tanaka at all, and makes it very difficult for Tanaka to be effective in the way we've seen with Rothwell in there, you know.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry.
No, go on.
No, but you'll expect Rothwell to come back in against Millwall tomorrow. You know, and for me, you know, the opportunity to make a change was around about 50 minutes for me. I know that's obviously early for Daniel Farke But they started to show a lot of composure. They showed a lot of confidence on the ball, and they were attacking us in that second half. We needed to stop and to kind of collect ourselves and maybe break up play by making a substitution. By bringing Rothwell. I mean, for me, from the first whistle, Aronson and Gruev weren't working. Tanaka as well. Those three were pretty poor. Our wing backs weren't really effective. They were doing a job on them. I think Solomon's been a bit naff recently as well. Dan James hasn't been as effective as he has. So there were a lot of bad performances there. And I think just to make a substitution, I thought Rothwell did all right when he came on, but at that point, I think we'd all kind of resigned to the fact that we weren't going to score, couldn't hit a frigging barn door. I mean, the opportunities that we had, Luke's already said it. We said it last night. We should have been 3 or 4 up.
Yeah.
Never mind. Take the penalty away. The opportunities that we squandered yesterday. On Sunday were just shocking.
Yeah, well, like that's a good point you make as well. Like, and it's telling now at the moment that there's players kind of starting to get a bit tired. Like Aronson, like that he didn't look his energetic self. I know running around a lot doesn't win you football matches, but he didn't look like he was at the races the way he normally would be. The likes of Solomon, he's like we didn't expect him to be as involved as he is, and he's recovering from a serious knee injury. We have players on the bench now that should be rotating with these 2 or 3 players on a regular basis, I think. I know you don't change a winning team. I get that. I 100% get that. But when you have a player in Aronson who hasn't played anywhere near the amount of games expected in the championship over the last 2 years, let alone, the time before that, he's not played that many games. He's already played a full season up to where we are now, normally for him. And he needs to be taken out and kind of rotated a little bit more now for me. And again, you don't change a winning team, but when the winning team is starting to look knackered, it's time to do something, And I think, I think tomorrow night is definitely a point at which there has to be fresher legs starting from the get-go tomorrow. I know it's harsh to say, and I'm not just, you're on mute, Luke.
I know, yeah, sorry, I was just going to interrupt you. I think tomorrow night is probably a perfect time to start making. I don't think wholesale changes are needed. I think
not wholesale.
I think we'd be absolutely balmy to make more than 1 or 2 changes from that starting 11 that's been working so well. But I do honestly think one of the wingers needs to be dropped. I don't care which one, and just give Ramazani or Nonto a run out, or some more minutes from the start. And I also think Gruev needs to be pulled out because Tanaka looked so poor because Gruev wasn't complimenting him. And it's as simple as that. Tanaka was asked to do what Ampadu does, generally speaking. And because Gruev doesn't do what Rothwell does in terms of finding space, winning the ball back, driving forward with the ball at his feet, he just left him so isolated. Left him so isolated. And look, yes, Tanaka made a lot of errors, but I think the reason for that was because the confidence he didn't have in potentially in Gruev. And look, I don't take anything away from Gruev because I think he's had some good games for us. Not recently, granted. But I just find it very. I just find this whole argument and this narrative that we need to drop both wingers, Aronson, Gruev, and potentially even Joseph as well. Piru now he hasn't scored in 2 or whatever it is. So I just find that absolutely absurd. And people are moaning about the fact that people like Nonto and Ramazani haven't been getting minutes, but the reality is that they've not done anything to deserve any minutes. When they've come on with 15 minutes, 20 minutes left to play, they're against tired legs. Those types of players should be making an impact at any level, certainly at this level. But at any level, you expect a substitution to come on and make an immediate impact because fresh legs, if they're as good as people say they are, and we believe they can be, they should be coming on and making an impact. And the reality is they haven't done that. They started against Millwall in the Cup. They look shite, the pair of them. If I'm perfectly honest. So they haven't really done anything to displace anybody, but I do think there is some tired legs out there, and I do think Aronson's probably one of them. And it's no secret that our form has dropped the same time as Aronson's form has dropped, as a squad.
Don't let Gilly hear this now. We might need to edit this before Gilly hears it.
It's 100% true. Look, Aronson's been poor last couple of, even arguably last 3 or 4 games, and we've luckily saved something against Sunderland and Sheffield United. We've come back and we've worked a bit of magic, and Rothwell's come in and we've had strike with a header. But he's arguably looked leggier those last 3-4 games. We got away with 2.
We've all said it. We've all said that, to be fair.
We got away with 2, and now his performance has always. And I don't know. I don't know if this is. I don't know how true it is. I don't have the data. I don't know how many miles he was running before those games and how many miles he's now running. So I don't know if that's even true. But it certainly looks to the naked eye and to us that he's not working as hard, and he does look a little bit more tired. And Evie said I was on with Joe last night. Evie said something along the lines of he tends to tire later on in seasons historically. Now I didn't watch him, didn't pay any attention to him.
They said that about him when he was at Berlin, didn't they? That he kind of tired himself
that's
out.
That's where I was going to go. Like I didn't care about him at Berlin. To be fair, as far as I was aware, he was dead when he fucking left us. Do you know what I mean? So I don't have that data. I looked at the Premier League. He didn't start one of the last 7 games of the season. We got relegated. Sorry. So whether all that was due to him not running about as much or whatever, I'm not sure. So. Is it a time now though to start Mateo Joseph and start playing the 10? Absolutely not for me. Who do you start in that 10 position? Because I don't think it's a time for experimenting with a Ramazani or a Nonto or a, But I do want to see some changes, some fresher legs. So I would still, and I'm going to absolutely contradict myself here. I still think Aronson should start, but then I still think we should see two more changes, and that's one winger and Gruev out for Rothwell. And I know we're already talking about tomorrow's game. I know a little bit.
Yeah, we'll come to that.
But yeah, I do think that we lacked a bit of guile. And when Byram came on, we had a little bit extra. And look, he's not a left back, but he will put himself about and he will put into a challenge. Somebody mentioned yesterday, I forget who it was. It might have been Jack, said when Melier was absolutely taken out by their number 3 or whatever it was, I've forgotten his name.
Yeah.
Not one of them surrounded him and started throwing him about and giving him a shove and that. Do you know what I mean? What's that about? If that was one of your players that you play with week in, week out, you're letting him know because it was an horrible challenge, that.
Yeah. And I don't even think he got booked for it.
He didn't.
No. So, but that referee had a shocker anyway. I want to come on to the couple of the chances. Piro's missed chance there in the first half, in the first few minutes. He had time to take a touch, I think, on that and finish rather than try and just hit it straight off the bat. Does that go down as a bad miss, or is that just a great save by the keeper?
Bit of both. He has to get up quickly to make the second save, and a lot of goalkeepers don't even do that. Piru should be putting it somewhere elsewhere, but in hindsight, look, he scores that 9 times out of 10, done him, and we're laughing. He scored a lot of goals this season that he probably shouldn't have been scoring as well. So, he's got a bit of credit in the bank for me as Piru, but he still should be scoring at least one of those 2 chances at the weekend. The second one, I don't know if you've seen it, where they've zoomed in, he gets a clip on the ankle just as he's striking it, which puts him off. Has anyone seen that video?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just one of them games, wasn't it? And hopefully it is just one of them games and we sort of bounce back and react.
See, Firpo's chance for me was just as gilt-edge a chance as Piro's too were. Granted, now you do mention the clip on the heel for the second one, but the first one, there's no excuse. And whatever Firpo was thinking, that should have been put away. As soon as he got the space with the second touch to bring him in front of the defender, it should have been gone. The touch after that wasn't needed, and I think that's what gave the keeper time to reset and get a good save on it. I want to talk briefly. I know I said I don't want to be a quick chat about the game, but I just want to talk briefly about the Stonewall penalty that we should have had. Are we going to get another letter of apology from the PGMOL about that now? Are we?
I imagine so.
Quite possibly,
right. Yeah, so that they can fuck off now and just train the refs better. Stonewall penalty all day long. Stonewall.
We have the benefit of having many angles to look at it from. The keeper, the referee wasn't, in an angle where he could see it. However, the linesman was. No, when you actually look at it from his angle, mate. I mean, it's in quick time. It's not slowed down back, for our benefit, like a lot of people, view it. It looks like the defender's cleared the ball. Even though Dan James does touch it onto him and it goes, and then he boots him, it does look from the referee's angle like it's gone. He's clearly put his whistle up, and the lino's gone. No, he's got the ball there. When obviously in hindsight, we've got different camera angles. We've looked at it and they've got, hold on a minute, that's an absolute stone waller. How can you miss it? But if you don't see it, then what can you do?
Are they too reliant? Are they too reliant on because he's a Premier League ref apparently?
Well, this is the thing.
Is he
This
too
is the
reliant
thing.
on VAR then? Because he
Possible.
should. If
That
he's got any hesitation and he thinks it's a penalty and he puts old school puts his whistle to his lips, he thinks that's a penalty, doesn't he? If he's putting a whistle,
There's doubt in his mind.
Blow it.
Absolutely.
Blow the fucking whistle.
But is it muscle memory?
He's not taking responsibility.
VAR
for
lads
it.
are going to take me, going to help me out here and do whatever. They're going to blow up for it, and then they thought, oh shit, actually no, I'm in Championship. They're in VAR. I should have probably blown up for it or whatever.
It's just it's frustrating as hell. But you know what? At the end of the day, the way I look at it, we didn't get the penalty, but we had enough chances, clear cut, gilt edge opportunities to put that game to bed and win it 3-1. So look, you take the good with the bad and you move on. It's first loss in 17 games. I mean, come on, like there's people talking about Farkball
18.
being bored.
We went 17
whatever.
undefeated. It's 18 games actually.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's where my head is, Karl. I think the head loss has been. I mean, it was to be expected.
shocking.
All these people that haven't been on Twitter for the last 17 weeks or 17 games since we last lost, and these social media hooligans that think that it's all right to come on and start saying that Fark has to be sacked now automatically, even if we got promoted because we've lost a game. It's boring and it's premeditated, and we know it's coming. It's the same dickheads every week.
Regurgitated shit. It's
It's
regurgitated shit.
And go on, sorry.
No, I'm gonna agree with you and say there is a certain few people, and I could name them. I won't name them, but it's a certain few people that were the very, very same before we went on this really, really good run, and then all of a sudden, magically, their tunes have changed and they're wonderful. Oh, this is great, fucking blah blah blah. I always said we were gonna do well and such, blah blah. And then all of a sudden, bang, we've lost one game, And all of a sudden it's doom and gloom city again, and he should be sacked, and I can't believe we're still playing him. We should have signed a striker in January. It's like, fucking change the tune, you boring bastards.
Yeah.
We've lost one game.
Man, I don't get it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can understand, you know what I mean? If it was the last game of the season and that was the game that stopped us going up, I can understand the outrage and this mentality that Fark's not great, and but how many records has he broken since he's been Leeds United manager? Like, he's breaking records every other week, isn't he? Or was before until that loss, Yeah. I just think it's a little bit. It's a bit tacky. It's a bit entitled. It's a bit fucking. It's a bit Liverpool-y, a bit fucking Arsenal fan TV. It's a bit
2019, 2020 account creation sort of attitude.
Yeah. Well, like, the thing is as well, like, we could also just blame the fact that Fark got manager of the month and Dan James got player of the month.
Div. Right.
Oh shit! Right, nice. I'm actually in the starred comments ready to go with some of these, but
drawn already. What time are they bloody kicking off?
They haven't drawn already. It's 0-0.
All right, but
drawn.
So, what are you doing to us, Lou?
Just before we move on, we'll do a couple of comments here, and then we'll throw a few more in later. Dan Fark Defence League is here. Cannot understand how stupid we are as fans. For fuck's sake, we're top of the league before tonight's matches, and definitely be top after Millwall game under the lights. We'll come to that in a little while. That last part of it. So we've Michael Gott in the comment, OKB and Peeps, what do you think of Just Joe's report today on Calvin? I was going to come to this a little bit later on, but sure, we're moving on from the Portsmouth chat. Luke?
If we got the Calvin Phillips of promotion season, first season back in the Prem, absolutely. Is it a little bit more heart over head, this sort of signing? I don't think it'll happen. I think it's just lazy journalism. There's nothing really to talk about in terms of transfers at the minute. Would I welcome him back if we were to be promoted? Yeah, but I don't think it'll happen.
Well, there's apparently an agreement of 20 million.
That's come from team talk, though, isn't it? I mean,
no. This is what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean. This is the thing. So it's already silly season and in this type of shit for Leeds fans. Smarty, would you take him back?
Heart yes, head no.
Sensible answer. Getting them splinters, huh?
No, it's not a splinter. I just don't think he's any good anymore. He's not performing that well. Even at Ipswich, he's not performing that well. He's a far cry from the Calvin we once knew. And at the end of the day, we want some really, really good players. Christ knows how much a Calvin Phillips from Man City would cost. You've got the Englishman's tax on that as well. When you
20 million is the rumored number.
I'm not being funny, but Ampadu, for me, Calvin Phillips isn't taking that role off Ampadu.
But right, I'll put it to you, right? What if that means we can then play Rodon and Ampadu as our centre-back pairing if we had Calvin in there to do the Ampadu role?
I don't know if I'd want Ampadu playing centre-back in the Premier League.
Yeah, same.
I'm just saying,
a better defender.
Yeah.
No, because we're just moving players around just to suit Calvin Phillips. Fuck Calvin Phillips.
No, I think
he wanted to go and play a Champions League, mate, and he ain't because he's fucking dog shit since his injury. So you can bollocks, you can rot in the lower league.
I just don't think he's happy. I think he'd be happy at Leeds, and that's probably like you say, it's probably my
quite
heart
possibly.
over head.
Yeah.
But when you're saying about moving players around, at that level, we're going to need at least 3 or 4 good central midfielders because they are going to get very tired of defending.
I dare say that there'd be better options in Europe that are actually on form, that are playing well, rather than a Calvin Phillips who's rotting in Ipswich.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, okay, thanks for that, Michael. So our mate Roland from over in the old US of I is in the comments. Saw an interesting stat about how we almost always shit when we have early. Yeah, we've won.
Is the stats
2.
here?
Oh, there it is. Donny Talk Sport, our XG is 1.28 on games played at dinner time. It's lunchtime. And 2.86 XG on games played at 3 p.m. or later. It's because the fans are up for it at 3
Do you mean
p.m.
XG or points per game?
I think that might be
I think
points per game.
Points per game.
Yeah.
I think he's got a bit excited.
It's all right. He's given us more than we've fucking been able to produce, so that's sound.
No, we talked about it last night. If you'd have listened, but it's fine.
Yeah, don't be giving us a guilt trip.
Fine.
So this is just one here as well, just because we're kind of in the middle of things there. So what do you think of recent statement, not my quote, by the way, that Farke won't drop Aronson because he's part of the Red Bull model and family? I think that's a load of shite.
An absolute load of codswallop.
Load of bollocks. He rates him in the way that he can initiate the press, and up until maybe 3 or 4 games ago, he was probably the one that, even though Pirro played up front, he was always ahead of Pirro for the press and initiating it. So I don't think it's a Red Bull model family shite. I think that's just a bit much. Yeah, sure. We'll move on just for a little bit, lads, will we? And we see who's going to come up next. We have this, actually.
Hey, has got a shit tick this week, my little spat of fact.
So yeah, how are we getting
enthusiastic as ever? Yes.
Well, no, I'm just I was trying to read chat, and then it was like, no, hold on, just do one thing. So we've got a few shit takes of the week this week. Just want to call out a few people before we start this. If you have a shit take of the week and you get tagged in the shit take of the week, own it. Just because it's a shit take and you get rinsed for it, don't go deleting shit, because, grow a spine and own that shit. This guy most certainly owned this shit. Let me see.
We're going to take this comment off.
I'm trying. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, lads. My bad. It's been a while.
You thought we were playing Bastard QPR tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah. There's no excuse for that shit, man. But we will be taking predictions for that one as well. So that's all right. Or maybe on Berardi the next day.
We will. No,
maybe.
Maybe. No, you're right. You're right, Cal.
Telling you. It's been a while. Like I've just for everyone, I've moved house. That's why I'm in a corner, and my life has been absolute chaos.
You should have said.
That's new information.
eat bellends. No, anyway, so it's grand. But yeah, so that's basically why I'm.
It
I've
took him
lost-
that long. We thought it was moving each baked bean individually.
Yeah.
What baked beans are you on
We
about?
thought we were moving house in a fucking wheelbarrow. It took him that long.
Fuck off. The only thing that took me that long was the fact that the gaff was a mess and the internet wasn't working. But anyway, we're doing shit take of the week. I'm back in now, so fuck all of you. This chap,
Oh my lord.
Oh, that's a long one.
yeah, this is a long one, but it's one that kind of baffled me, and I think the rest of you as well as to what the hell. So
Where did you find this? Firstly, please. If
Jay found this on the comments. I think it was on the top. No, not the top. What was that? What's that other one? Not the top 20 podcast.
The champ prank pod. The
EFL.
second tier.
That's the one. Yeah, I
Second
think it was
tier,
a comment
yeah.
on there. So anyway, you may as well settle in. I've got my pipe and my whiskey here, so I'll just read this one out for the people who can't see it on Spotify and all that. Basically, this guy goes, disagree. I genuinely think Sunderland would have a better chance of staying up than Leeds because, of course, Sunderland only have about a coin flip of a chance to get there in the first place. Also, that's point number one as to shit take. If they only have a coin flip and they're not... Anyway. Also, Sunderland could break the lowest point record of the EPL if everything goes wrong. So this guy, like already in the first paragraph, he's basically saying they're better than Leeds, but they'll definitely 100% get relegated with the lowest points thing in the Premier League ever. That's a bit of a shit take there now. He's stretching there. Sunderland have a higher ceiling and younger players with room to improve, whereas Leeds have a squad full of these in-betweeners. He's aware that the average age of our squad is like 23.5 or something like that. You know what I mean? This guy is just running into walls and clearly enjoying it. Good enough to go up, but not good enough to stay up. It's really difficult just to cut them loose. When they are the ones who won the chance to play in the EPL, only the best Leeds players can be offloaded to other EPL clubs, and obviously Leeds won't stay up by selling the likes of Dan James and or Rodon. That was I hate Jay.
I don't even know what he's talking on about, but that's all.
It's the most contradictory, drunken / drug fueled fucking load of bollocks I think I've ever had the displeasure of reading. I think.
Yeah.
What a load of shite.
But there's three shit takes
because Jay's probably in that sort of similar mindset, scrolling through fucking YouTube on a night time like he does, looking through all his dodgy videos, looking at his dodgy stuff.
Looking at gears on cars and shit like that.
Yeah, how to change brake pads.
Oh, that's a lovely handbrake.
Yeah. So that's that one. Luke, do you mind? Mazda 6.
I'm gonna put them on, right? But I don't even know how to label that one. If I'm honest, what do I call it? Just Sunderland.
Load of bollocks.
Sunderland or shit, but still.
Just put Sunderland waffle.
Sunderland waffle. This one, I managed to get a screenshot of it. I think you and this guy had a back and forth for a little bit. Ollie Birch. I think he's taking the piss with this.
He was definitely taking the piss.
Doesn't matter how many. It doesn't matter now, but surely Richie has kicked the ball first here. That the video actually played, and I managed to screenshot it perfectly. But yeah, I think he's just taking the piss there. But it was, I was kind of impressed with my screenshot skills there. So, next one is this guy is just.
Can't stand this fucker.
He's an absolute bell end, is this lad?
Oh, right.
He's part of a few others.
Gang,
there's a fucking set of knobheads on Twitter that just
the
talk
online
bollocks.
elite.
Do you want to read this one,
shite.
Smart? You put a lot of passion into this one.
I can barely read it, but we'll go for it. Laporza says, has anyone ever seen another fan base go to such lengths for so long to support a lone player over their own young talents, gaining so little yet losing so much in the process? You're the golden goose, Solomon. Your chances are unlimited. You're untouchable. Bravo. So what's he saying? That he should be dropped because he's shit, basically.
Because he's our best winger.
Yeah.
He has been our best winger this season.
He said much worse stuff than that.
Yeah.
He said much worse shit than that.
Like he's using young players as a bullet to shoot.
Young players like
Hands up,
fucking
like,
who?
you know what I mean?
Sam Chambers or
Yeah.
you know,
Harry Gray.
players that aren't even on
No.
the same level as Solomon or Dan James and stuff like that. Harry Gray
Yeah.
will in time, you know, but he's a striker.
yeah.
He's not a winger.
Yeah, that's the thing. So
You know,
Let-
oh god.
I nearly feel like that guy wins
It's
already.
fucking honestly, it's a gold mine of bollocks in it. It's just,
Isn't it?
Honestly,
So many
if
dickheads,
Leeds
man.
lose,
I
And
just
they've all
don't, I
come.
avoid it.
I didn't
They've all
want
come.
Twitter.
Avoid it like the
Right,
fucking
they all
plague,
come.
mate.
They all come at the same time as Bielsa. It's mad. You can
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at all their
2019.
profiles, and they all joined around 2019,
2019, 2020. Me and you have
Every
had
single one of them.
conversations about this
Yeah,
privately,
and
aren't we?
you
I'm saying,
can
I'm
go
fucking
through and
telling you
actually
now.
look at
Look
And
at
not one
what
of them
date
has
his
been on
profile is.
Twitter before.
Yeah.
He's like,
It is mad. Like
fucking
it's
knobs. Fuck
it's-
off.
it's-
Back to your
it's-
bedrooms.
Yeah, and so this one now, I can't remember who said this, but I retweeted it, and this is what I want. This is why I had the dig at people deleting shit and not owning it and growing a spine a little bit. You know what I mean? So this guy, I don't know who he is. I can't remember. He's limited my ability to see his absolute shit take, but it was along the lines of all Fark's fault. Subs were shit. Tactics were shit. Everyone was shit. So I replied. Give over, man. Fark can't do anything when we miss 3 point blank chances to put the game to bed and we hit the crossbar. Some of our fan base need to give themselves a shake. This guy, I'm just sorry I didn't do a ghillie on it and screenshot it as soon as I did it.
So what is the actual shit take? Because none of us know.
Yeah, that's
Well,
can't be a
that-
shit take if we don't know what the take is, Cal.
The take was that it was all Fark's fault. Everything that happened on the day was totally Fark's fault and nothing to do with the fact that we missed sitters. 3 sitters.
Can we
So-
tie that in with some of the others that you probably have you got any more?
No, that's it, man.
Right. So the others that I listed that we didn't get.
Me and you
live
had done a few at the same
We're
ones, haven't we?
predominantly around people saying that Fark should be sacked irrespective of if we get promoted or not. So
Wow.
we'll just add it as a Fark hating gang.
Yeah.
And then that's live. That's live. Anyway.
There was
There's
the one that
quite
I
a few of them.
tweeted, which was deleted, but I knew exactly what it was. Was
That's
the
right, yeah.
it was someone had retweeted. I can't remember the guy's name, but he basically said that which name one player that Fark has improved whilst he's been.
Oh,
at
yeah.
United. You can't name one. It doesn't exist or whatever. And it's just like, fucking hell, are you serious, man? Are you serious?
I would argue Somerville, Rutter, Gray, Firpo, Dan James,
Yeah.
keeping Byron fit and getting the best
Byram,
out of him at
I
the
said
seven.
Byram, getting
Yeah.
Byram absolutely, usable
Byram's
and not
crucial,
just in crutches all the time.
Who else? I would say even Aronson earlier on in the season. I mean,
Fair
But
shout.
obviously, he dropped
Aronson
off
hasn't
a
turned
bit
into a
of
bad player. Aronson hasn't turned into a bad player. He's just fucking knackered. I think.
So, I mean,
Rothwell,
probably-
Rothwell to a degree. Southampton
Yeah.
had written him off. Bournemouth didn't want anything to do with him. He's one of our best frigging players.
Yeah.
And it's not just the ability. He's not, he's not coaching them to be better footballers, but to help them, to help them grow as people, and the whole mental side of football, which not a lot of people speak about, which not, enough managers get credit for either.
Yeah.
Firpo didn't want to be in this country under Bielsa. He didn't want to be here. He was homesick and stuff like that. Look at him now; he's absolutely flying.
Yeah.
Completely different player.
Dan James was played as a striker under Bielsa. Does that make
Yeah.
Parker a better manager? No, probably not. But it recognises that Dan James has got some strengths that actually, if he was coached on his final ball and his finishing, that he could be. Because he's had 2 fantastic seasons for us as Dan James. No
Yeah.
denying.
And like his bar, maybe a couple of games this year, his final ball and finishing has vastly improved on what we
unreal.
saw previously. Like, what was the one thing we always said was that his brain or his feet were too fast for his brain. He's found the happy medium there at the moment, and to start talking about Fark not improving players, I think it's time to it's time to cut some of these guys loose, like, because quite frankly they're really starting to make themselves look stupid. And I think
Some of the people who said Matteo Joseph should have been starting over Pirro all season, and it's the same bunch.
It's not just the individual things as well. He's managing these group as a collective, and it is a group, and they are, they're like frigging brothers, aren't they? I suppose they're very they're looking out for each other and they fight for each other. They didn't do a right lot of fighting against frigging Portsmouth the other night, but on the whole, throughout the season, we've seen it. They're in it all together and they fight for each other. And I think they've all said that it's a really, really good group and that they just love playing together, and you can see that on the pitch. So it's more than just getting something out of one player. But
it's having the right players in there,
exactly,
isn't it, in the first place. So the recruitment, everything else that goes alongside it, there is a lot more to it than actually just saying, right, we've got the best or the most expensive wages or one of the most expensive teams in Championship history. You've still got to get a tune out of those players.
This is the thing.
You think they'd like to be played under Scott Parker in his Bladigan and his Tom Brown York, whatever it is?
His interesting shoes.
That's something that I always said years ago. Like, when people were saying, certain teams are buying the Premier League, title and all that kind of shit. Like the impossibility of making players gel and play together well boils down to a good manager. It doesn't boil down to the fact that all these players individually are great. That doesn't make a team good. What makes a team good is having a manager who can make all those individuals just gel as one team and just put it out in the pitch week in, week out. And we're seeing that. Granted, the last 2 games perhaps haven't been the best. We've only lost one of them. So it's like the manager is doing what he's paid to do. And he's doing it to a standard that, look, let's be honest, he's got more points at this point of the season than Bielsa had.
I think he's equal now. I think we're equal. No, we're not. He's equal on last season. Sorry, Farker's equal to last season. We're still ahead of Bielsa, sorry.
Yeah. So to say that he's not doing his job correctly and not getting the best out of the players he has, I think is an absolute fucking... It's a disservice to where the team are at the moment, and it's a disservice to the players and the work they've put in and the manager and his team and everything. Like, it's just like, I'm not being a happy clapper. I never would be. I'll always criticize them if they need criticizing. But at the end of the day, if you can't get behind your manager and you're only just going to criticize him, it was 70 minutes. Well, what do you want the man to do? Like, you want him to put on 5 different subs at 60 minutes. And then a player gets injured in the 70th minute. You'd be like, should have kept one till the 70th minute at least. Like, you know what I mean? You can't be at that crack. Like, I just don't get it. And like you were saying, Luke, as well, it's like, it's all the accounts that came around 2019. It's just like, sorry, yeah, I'm going on a rant, like, but it's just annoying. It's just annoying. I think that the way it is now at the moment, I think, just keep it going. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to outside noise and just fucking keep doing what you're doing. Because not every game's going to be like the last 2.
Fark does deserve a little bit of stick, though, in some areas. We were crying out for changes against Portsmouth, and he didn't make them. There's been a few occasions this season when we did need changes, even if it's just to break up their play. I mean, you look at when we were in the ascendancy, I suppose, towards the last 5-10 minutes of the game, they were making substitutions to break up our. There's a dog about to knock on the door, I think. To break up their play, just slow it down, slow their rate of play up. That's what managers do, but we don't do it. At least he's sticking that 9 strikers on in 60th minute, like he did do last season, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, like, that's the thing. I did say I'd praise them, but I will criticize at the same time. But he's done a lot more good than he has bad, and yes, you're right. He is open to criticism. You know what I mean? But I think sometimes you as fans, we say, that player, he's got credit in the bank, like Pirro. He's got credit in the bank, he's got 15 goals, whatever. And then you're like, right, sound, yeah, no, we can't even give Fark the same kind of, leeway or whatever the case may be. But anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. Just really, really quickly, I think we've got somebody in the comments whose birthday it might be, Karl, so I don't know if we just wanted to... quickly sing a quick happy birthday to him.
Right. Yeah, you can sing a quick happy birthday to whoever.
Really, really quick. Happy birthday
to
you,
Willow. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Quinley. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, wee man.
Happy birthday, Jay.
I can't believe he's more years old than he is inches tall.
Can't even let it rest on the man's birthday for.
That could quite actually be. That could, yeah.
What's he now? 40.
I'm just doing conversion in my head.
It'd have to be 4 foot. It'd have to be 48 inches, wouldn't it? So
He's really old now. He's really old.
Yeah, he's old.
Oh, Sheffield United have scored, bastards.
Obviously.
Of course they have.
I
Yeah.
don't even know why any of you have got your fucking hopes up. Come on, let's take a chill pill and just.
Like I said ages ago, lads, it's the gap to third that we need to worry about. Fuck Sheffield United. I'll take second. I don't care.
Not that it
Pardon?
That's Sunderland.
Oh, right.
And Burnley are with West Brom.
Sunderland are out of it, man.
Yeah.
They're gone. Yeah. Lads, we'll move this show along here. Whose washing machine is that about to take off?
It's mine. I'll mute. I keep fucking bollocking her. Says stop putting pissing washing machine on when I'm on a pod. Sounds like it's about to fucking explode. They shouldn't listen. Women don't listen, do they?
They don't.
They say we don't listen, but they don't fucking care. That's the difference. They don't know how to
drive.
I'm staying out of that.
Okay, they can drive, just not reverse park.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
That is true.
I'll take that shovel off you in a little while, Luke. Don't worry about it, man. So yeah, we're going to move on to Millwall at home tomorrow night. Luke, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this first, though, so that we can get it started and get. Oh man, these new options here are a pain in the arse. So this
Auto no better predictions.
Oh man, I've already given mine. I think I need to double check.
This fucking bell sniffer. I'm surprised he's got any signal in fucking thumb cave that he lives in every night.
So can we get did you get predictions last night on the bleeding Berardi and Coke? No,
what would I do with that?
Right, I don't know.
How would I do with that?
So Herbert straight in there, 2-footing it, 2-0 Leeds, goal in each half. Herbert says, "Can you take these down, Smarts?"
Yes, I can be the secretary this evening, of course.
If you wouldn't mind taking minutes there, thank you very much. So Herbert for the fans. We've got Jay at 2-0. Back at it. Great. Who's higher up the table out of the three of us? Is it you?
I can tell you it's not me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say I think I see a massive reaction, and especially at home. They're only bringing 300 odd fans, which means there's more going on to general sale. 3-0 Leeds. We're gonna absolutely fucking
3-0. Wow. Right, okay. That's not the worst thing on the planet, I guess. Smarts. Go over and turn that bleeding thing off. You can press pause.
Keep muting me bloody self. Shut up.
You can press pause. I said 2-1 in the Predictions League chat, so I'm going to have to stick with 2-1, haven't I?
What did you say, Smarty?
He said 3-0, I think. 4-0.
4-0.
Fucking hell.
4-0? I went up with them for a while, haven't we?
What the fuck?
I love that, man. Love that.
We need to get what you call it, just a really small clip made up of one of those going like that and going, what the fuck? And just press it when everyone makes a wild prediction. What?
They've got quite a few plays out as well, aren't they, Millwall? What did you go again with, Karl? 2-1?
I think it was 2-1 in the Predictions League chat, yeah.
2-1 Millwall, yeah?
Yeah. No. Jesus. Danny Talks gone. Talk Sport has gone 1-0 Millwall. You're a brave man, Danny. Good man. Right, so we'll get on to a bit of Millwall chat. We kind of touched on it a little bit earlier on, but I want to start with the Aronson scenario. Does he come out straight away, Luke?
I don't think they've got an alternative option. I know that there's no Gray or Chambers playing for the 21s today, which would assume they will be travelling tomorrow. Not travelling because we're at home, but will be in the squad tomorrow, unless either of them have got a knock. So I still don't think I still don't think he starts Sam Chambers, and he's the only alternative. I truly believe who is the only other alternative 10 we have got, and it's not the time for experimenting to see if for me 10 games left of a season is not the time to start saying can one of our wingers fill that void. So I don't think he does, but I think he may play less minutes.
I think like 55 minutes he hits the Minty Highway and comes off and gets a fresh
irrespective
leg
of the scoreline as well. I think he has. Fark has got that sub planned in his head. If Chambers Chambers is with the first team tomorrow, I think we see Aronson play less minutes. So no, I still think he starts, and there'll be uproar all over social media. As what's he gonna fucking do? Is he shagging fucking Fark or whatever? And do you know what I mean? But ultimately, we haven't got any alternative options. Which is that our own fault? I don't know.
Well, yeah, we know it is. In the summertime, we didn't fucking fill that spot. Do you think does Chambers come on tomorrow night if Aronson comes off after 55, 60 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or Joseph and Peru swap. Joseph comes on at 9. Or maybe even better, we see Harry Gray come on at 9 and drop Joseph in the 10. Because fucking Joseph's useless.
Yeah, well yeah.
We won't see the fetuses. We will not see the fetuses tomorrow.
No, I don't think so. It's going to be a. You don't think we see the fetuses at all? The feti.
The feti. No.
The feti.
No.
The feti.
I think
the not getting them out on here. They'll be screenshot and sent.
No, we'll avoid them kind of screenshots, lads, if you don't mind. Thank you very much.
Clipped them. No, I don't think we'll see the feti, the fetuses. I think we'll see more of Nonto or Ramazani, personally. I think he'll still stick with same starting 11 as we did against Portsmouth.
You think Gruev starts?
Except with Rothwell taking over Gruev.
So not the same then.
Well, you interrupted me. I was still speaking, but it's fine.
It's not the same though, is it?
It's close.
It's close, very close. I mean, I think there'll be two changes. I think Solomon or James are rested. And I also think Gruev comes out as well. I don't know which one he will rest. I think maybe James because he has looked a little bit leggy, and we maybe see Nonto start on the right or Ramazani if you fancy him. But he seems to fancy Nonto more than a minute, doesn't he? So.
Do you know? I'd love to see Solomon play on the right just for a couple. Maybe a half. Because a lot of what he does is trying to beat the man on the outside anyway and use his left foot. So. Yeah, well, that's the thing. So why not maybe try him on the right and have him kind of running to the byline and getting a good solid ball back in the box,
They don't switch very often, our wingers this season. They've done it a few times, but wingers, generally speaking, can do it on either wing. They just can't close well with one foot. So it would be a shock to them and certainly to oppositions if we did swap them a little bit more often, I think. I'd like to see that, and then we don't see it enough.
I think I'd like to see the three behind the striker constantly changing. I'd like to see Solomon going into the 10 every now and again and trying to influence it, because we've seen what he's like one-on-one with players. He's very, very tricky, and if he gets any kind of ball inside the area, no one's touching him. No one is touching him, and it happened against like Derby County this season, and we had it against Stoke as well, and it's one of those where you need to get him on the ball in dangerous areas, and I think maybe running down the middle at two clumsy centre backs might be exactly what's needed. So maybe rotate the three of them around whoever starts. Smarty, the comment that's up there now, Bogle might be on subs bench due to yellow cards. Do you think I've quite like what I've seen of Schmidt so far, but we know Fark will play Byram in that position if he does sit Bogle out, isn't that right?
When does it reset, or does it reset now?
After Millwall.
Yeah.
Oh fucking hell! Then, yeah, I would. Yeah, I probably would bench him because I think part of the ineffectiveness that we saw from Bogle, especially defensively, was because I think he had that yellow, that obviously that ban looming over him a little bit. And a few people have said the same as well. We didn't really get the best out of either of them really. Furpo as well. But yeah, I don't think Bogle did too well. So yeah, I probably would do. don't expect massively great things from Millwall. So yeah, I don't see. Take the opportunity, swap him out. Or like
Peterson,
sub him early, but that's not going to happen, is it? It's pointless playing someone to sub him early purposefully. You might as well sub someone if they need it, whatever. So yeah, Sam Byram's that's.
That's the same.
Or Schmidt, either.
I quite like Schmidt, man. Anything that I've seen of him, he's quite capable of getting both forward and covering back as well. So I think it's a good option to have. But then, what do I know? I'm on a podcast and not picking the team for tomorrow night.
That is true.
So just going into the crux of the game, they beat us last time we played them in the FA Cup at Ellen Road. That was down to obviously the starting 11. You think it's going to be very, very different this time, Smarty, because you've gone 4-0. Luke said reaction. Do you think is it going to be more calculated butchering of Millwall tomorrow night?
I think that the lads will come out all guns blazing. I really, really do. I know that obviously, we didn't cover ourselves in glory in the cup game. We were pish. We played a lot of different players. They were well up for it as well. They had quite a few thousand fans. Did Millwall, which is a stark contrast to what they're bringing tomorrow night. But I think we'll go after them straight away. I think we need a reaction because I believe if we do not perform well, or if we get to half time that at 0-0 or not looking too sharp or whatever, I think the crowd will start to turn a little bit, and I think that's when you'll see a lot of people start to lose their shit a little bit. They don't want that. They really, really don't want that. And neither do I. Fans don't want to hear it as well. The atmospheres have been a bit turgid as they are this season. There's a huge sense of sort of anxiousness, and it's not a great place. And it's same probably. A few people have told me about it away as well. The atmospheres have been pretty pish. But you don't want the home crowd turning on you at half time because we're playing shit. This is vital. This is crunch time. This is this is make or break part of the season now. And for us to falter now after being so effective and so good early stage of the season, and against Millwall, fucking hell, we owe them a pasting. We absolutely do owe them. What is it, DJ Femi and all that sort of shit that they were playing?
Yeah,
fuck off. So yeah, I want to absolutely smash the shitheads up to bits. I fucking hate Millwall.
Yeah, and we've also got QPR again on Saturday away. We're in bloody London.
Bloody London, innit?
Yeah, but these next two games are vital to go into the international break with wins for me. I think we need to put these teams to bed, get the confidence back up, come away from the international break, get the players back and just try and get them level-headed again and get the game going properly the way we've seen it over the last prior 17 games, really, So yeah, you off tomorrow night, Smarty?
I bloody am. I'm looking.
You're not
forward
working
to it,
late
actually.
or anything, no?
I will be working late. I'll be going straight from work, I think. I'm in my last week of death. It's been a horrible few weeks, about a month worth of working like really late shifts and shit. So I'll be tired, but I'll be absolutely buzzing for it. I'm really looking forward to it. I just think we need a reaction. We need a massive reaction, and they need to pull the fingers out.
Oh yeah, so, I'm 100% on board with that one, man. I think tomorrow the crowd needs to be up for it first and foremost. If the crowd isn't up for it tomorrow night, then let's be honest, it's going to be a bit of a horrid all evening. But everything else after that, absolutely sound. Just get the heads on the ball and put away the chances that the wingers create for the strikers, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So lads, I'm pretty much out of things to say for myself. Is there anything that you maybe want to go on about? We have that charity football, don't we?
None of us seem to know enough about it. I think what we should do is probably get
just
Joe
directing
Blackburn
people
on.
to Joe Blackburn. Yeah, get him on.
Yeah, or just get him on. I think probably next couple of weeks we'll try and get him on the main pod and let him do his thing and let him talk about what we're planning. But It is a charity football match that we're doing it for. It's prostate cancer in it. Prostate cancer research. I think it is the main one of a couple of charities. I could be wrong. See, like I say, I don't know the ins and outs of it, so I don't want to say too much because I could be barking up the complete wrong tree. But yes, there is an LUFC content creators charity match on July the 20th at the South Leeds Stadium. More details are going to come. We're probably going to get Joe Blackburn on, like I say, so he can properly address what's happening rather than us guessing through it. But it's going to be for a good cause. There will be tickets. You'll get opportunities to see all the LUFC content creators crunching each other and calling each other pricks and stuff like that. That'd be nice. Be good.
Well, we're essentially putting our money where our mouth is, isn't it? Like, we slag the players off the whole time. So let's see if we're any good.
It'd be brilliant if some players came down to just give some shit on sidelines.
Oh man,
I'd love that. I'd love that, mate.
Stuart Dallas, I hear, isn't doing much these days, bar being on telly. Surely he can come down and give us shit.
Get Patrick Bamford down here to start heckling someone.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Get them to do the line.
Simon Johnson's turning in for us as well.
Is he?
I've sorted it with Simon, so he's
come on, Simon.
It was his birthday the other day, wasn't it? I think he just turned 40.
Was it? Do we have to sing happy birthday now as well to him?
No, we're not.
He's older than 40, isn't he?
Well, I wouldn't like to say.
Well, he's older than 2 years older.
You know what he's like. You know what he's like with his fucking filters and all that sort of shit.
Yeah. It doesn't give much away, does poor old Simon.
We don't want to upset him. But yeah, there's a lot of I think the Joe Wayman, I think some of the square ball lads are interested. There's a lot, all sorts. There's all sorts of people, loads of lads coming together. So it'll be a good laugh. And us as well, and you'll be able to watch Jay.
It'll be live streamed.
That's just worth watching in itself. Watching Jay trying to play football, it's just fucking hilarious.
He's nearly crying in the WhatsApp group, wondering what boots to get. He doesn't know. And
it's up in fucking cowboy boots or something, won't it? Yeehaw! With a bit of straw in his mouth, nodding at everybody. Yeehaw!
I've just got the picture of Jay, man, with chaps and a fucking cowboy boots and a hat and some.
Why have you an image of Jay and chaps in your head?
Because that's how my brain works. So he just takes that little bit of detail and goes. And it goes mental. But
Jay'd be well playing in fucking Wellington boots. Fucking is that fucking poor? It doesn't matter what boots he buys. Yeah, somebody's actually just said it. Look, Jay, bring your wellies.
That's it. Exactly.
It'd be just as good playing in wellies because look, you can't. Them boots aren't going to make him be able to play football. We've seen him.
Remember when he played in that five-a-side tournament and he set off running and it was like watching. It was like that Boris Johnson when
I said it the other week.
It was literally like that when I thought, Jesus Christ.
Like he's top heavy, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
It's strange characters, these lads. It's going to be live streamed. I hope you've got some.
I can't run. No, my knees are fucked, mate. No, you're right.
Chocolate needs.
I bet I could still run faster than you, though. That's the worrying thing.
Luke, we've got this to finish out here, don't we?
Hey, has got a shit tick this week, my little sparrow-fact.
Oh yeah, we do actually, but it's also the poll.
We've got the poll, don't we?
Yeah. Poll this week in last place, Solomon being the golden goose. In the second to last place, Richie's timely challenge for Pompey with 19%. In second place was Sack Fark, regardless if promoted, and the winner was Black Cat Waffle because nobody knew what waffle was.
Because
Black Cat Waffle,
bollocks, many bollocks.
Many paragraphs.
If you have got any shit takes, please all go follow. If you do have Twitter, go follow at. In fact, I'll put it in the comments now. Go follow it because it is worth. We do have to go through and find some.
Like,
you're more than brave.
Yeah.
There will be a reaction,
but
you've got to be brave, lads. But just do it. Just fucking get it. Give it some. If you see someone, I mean, us, whatever. It don't matter. Just tag us.
We've had at least 2 people delete their accounts this week because they got tagged. So it's a good.
So it's a bit of crack. 1-1 Burnley and West Brom. Thank you, Russ, for the update.
Thank you, Russ.
Plus 7
nice
minutes.
To see you as well, Russ. When are you next joining us for a show? We haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah. And so that's the winner of Shit Take of the Week. What's have we got an Andy's Man Club there? Or Luke, have you got something? You look like you were about to chew the mic there.
No, we just got a few more comments that we haven't read through that I thought might have been.
Oh, that's fine, man. Yeah. Sorry, go for it.
Before we flow, Richard Hogan said that our form has dropped off at a similar time as it did last year, which is fair enough. I think it's, I think it's there's no hiding that, so it is now time to maybe make a few little changes. Michael Gott has then said, just want to say I've always been a Farke supporter. Think he's the right man for the job and defend him in chats against the haters. But for me, if we fail to go up this year, I'm afraid he has got to go. I think I'm exactly the same, Michael. I think we all are.
Oh, yeah.
He's had 2 bites at the cherry with 2 very, very strong squads. If we don't manage to go up this year, then there is something wrong, because we are by far and wide the best team in this league, and there is a mentality issue, or there is more to it, whether it's burnouts or he hasn't rotated enough. There's more to it, because we have got a good team and we have shown that we are the best team in this league. That all the metrics show it, our eyes show us it, and then we go and lose to in the style that we did against Pompey at the weekend. So does anybody else disagree with that? If we don't go up, he stays.
No, I don't disagree with that. I'd be reluctant in the sense that who would you bring in, but
it would depend on that.
It's who's available.
Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, he said he doesn't want to play European football.
A match made in heaven, I think.
I think.
Richard Hogan, Luke, would you start Rothwell? Yes, we've already said that. I think we all said we would start Rothwell. Correct.
Yep.
Tomorrow night on QPR, yeah.
Oh, at QPR, sorry. Away at QPR, that's a different question. Don't know.
I think so.
Yes for me, based on Gruev's form.
Yeah. Gruev's not been the same since he's come back from the injury, has he?
No.
We need to go full throttle now. It's that crunch time at season. We need to go full throttle. We can't be just fucking around. We're having Gruev side to side passing and fucking about with his left foot.
Yeah.
Start Rothwell. Go on front foot for every single game now.
Yeah. Lou Owens in the chat says Farke sub at 70 minutes doesn't give them long enough to make a difference. My argument, Lou, for that is these players are meant to be the best players in their positions in the league, or one of. If they can't make an impact within 20 minutes against tiring legs, then what gives them the right to have any more minutes? Do you know what I mean? I get where you're coming from. I do, because they do need minutes to get into a game. I completely get that, but the caliber of player we're talking about here in Ramazani, in Nonto, they should be making a difference with 20-25 minutes on the field. Does anyone else disagree?
I think players of that caliber should be making some form of difference when they come on.
Yeah,
they're not being brought on. Yeah, they're not being brought on for any other. Yeah, but the thing is,
Nonto came on the other week and scored within his first couple of touches, didn't he? But we haven't seen enough of that.
It's a while ago since he did that. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a while ago since the
beginning of February he did that.
For me, I just think, when you can clearly see that a game's going to shit, you need to make them changes. You just need to make the changes. You need to do something earlier. You can't just let it stagnate to a point where you are literally relying on someone to do something in 20 minutes. Give them 10 minutes more. Give them 20 minutes more. Make a change. It's it's not fucking rocket science. But yeah, like you said, we're only on a podcast talking bollocks. We're not management, are we? So
yeah. Agreed. Hey Smarty, after you've washed, does Jay offer his ironing services?
Jay wouldn't be able to reach.
Is that his balls? Has he washed his balls, or do you mean
he'd have to bring his own little miniature ironing board and put it next to mine, wouldn't he?
Imagine how long it'd take to iron your jeans with his iron.
He'd probably do it from inside. Doing it from inside.
He'd have to get a motor. He'd have to get a motor on the back, wouldn't he?
Steaming them on the inside.
That's it. Yeah. Like an air balloon for him, wouldn't it?
Instead of the Christmas tree formation, the iron formation.
The iron formation. Soviets.
Russ said, I'll be happy to join you on a B&C on one of the games coming up, lads. Love chatting with you. Russ, you're always welcome here. You are always welcome.
Anyone's welcome. We used to do a long time ago. We used to do a phone-in thing where we used to put the StreamYard link out. Yeah, we did, didn't we? And it were all right. But no one ever used to have the bollocks to come on. But a lot more followers and subscribers now. They should come on. Come on, join us. Come on, have your say.
Yeah, even if it's only for 5 minutes, you know what I mean? You don't even have to
we can call your fucking shit takes live. We don't even have to fucking tag the account in it.
Yeah, just come on. That's what we should do, We should approach the people that we tag shit take at the weekend and go, come on, give us your reason.
I've done it a million times.
He's done it. I've done it. I've invited people to come and have the say, and they just all of a sudden the conversation stops. It's like the amount of times I've been offered out and stuff like that. I tell them exactly where I stand in Peacock after every single game. Not once have I been approached. You know, people are just full of shit, aren't they?
Yeah.
Soft bastards.
Yeah.
Danny,
Exactly.
again, you're more than welcome to come on anytime. We'll start sharing that link again with people in our Twitter, and we'll probably try and put it in the comments as well. That would be quite useful, wouldn't it? I think, and then people could just
be a bit of crack. Just make sure you've got headphones on. Yeah, that's all we ask.
Artivision.
That's all. Artivision phone.
Yeah, we don't want to hear your missus bloody making tea in the background or all like that, shouting at dog. Or even in my case, washing machine.
Yes, absolutely, man.
We were on a decent time here.
Yeah, no, he very rarely gets on at this time though.
Yeah.
You mean
he
he
usually gets the last 25 minutes, half an hour.
Burnley's finished 1-1, and Sheffield United have got 5 minutes to hold on to against Bristol City, who look like they're probably the better side. Bristol City, looking at the momentum graph. Yeah. So who knows what might happen? We'd like to see a late Bristol City goal, wouldn't we? I think.
Oh yeah. Well, 1-1 for with West Brom and Burnley is a great result.
Yeah, that's a good result for us. Yeah.
Like I said, third place. Let them fuck off.
It keeps us second, irrespective of what happens tomorrow, doesn't it? You know what I mean? But I think we win tomorrow and go back top comfortably anyway, regardless. So, fuck them.
It's nice having that massive goal difference, isn't it? 50-odd goals now, like, you know what I mean? I think Sheffield United are on 28, 29.
49 hours is, and Sheffield United is 25.
There you go, yeah. That's a fucking point in itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burnley's is 39.
Yeah. We're sound. People stop freaking out, yeah? It's not worth it. Don't do it. It's grand.
Yeah.
Take a pill and chill.
Take many pills and many chills.
Don't do that.
No, but just
do it.
If you're going to do it, just
21 shots.
If you two, which you two are on the Baradi and Cook this weekend, I just thought I'd break that to you. If you're on an early morning Sunday, why don't you get Whitesnake on for an early morning Sunday morning chat?
That's a good shout.
Because Sunday mornings are not easy.
It would be nighttime in New Zealand.
Easy like
exactly.
Sunday
So he'll be either be under his missus or watching you guys on TV.
Or if he'd any sense, he'd be watching us on the TV, wouldn't he?
Well, yeah. I mean, that'd be my choice.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else, lads?
Just a little bit that we do on AMC, if you will.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I thought it was Smarty that was going to do that. Sorry.
Have you got it, Smarty?
Nope.
Sweet.
Then.
Nice one, Luke.
If you are going through a storm or have recently been through one and you're a man over 18, perhaps Andy's Man Club Leeds may be able to help you. They have venues in Horsforth, which is their newest venue, Kirkstall, Pudsey, Central Leeds, Beeston, Seacroft and Morley. They're open 7 till 9 every Monday barring bank holidays, and they run weekly and monthly social events with their aim to get men talking and to smash the stigma around men's mental health. Details of their venues and everything they're doing, which is fantastic, by the way, is at Andy's Man Club Leeds Facebook. So give them a follow and help spread the word. Thank you.
Do, please, lads, in all fairness, it's a great organisation that they've helped a lot of people. Like I was talking to a friend of mine and her nephew has started going. You don't know what it's like. You just give it a go and you never know. It could be the turning point that you're looking for, you know. So help yourself. Just this one here. Steve Brown's put it in the comments before we finish. Bristol had 21 shots and Blunts had 11.
They're still playing, actually. They're just into injury time now, 10 minutes into injury time. And the last 10 minutes has been all Bristol.
Yeah. Burnley centre-back was sent off in the final few minutes as well.
Bristol
that could be...
No way.
No way! Come on!
No way!
Yeah, boy!
Okay, now.
Fucking get in. What a result that is, man.
Come on.
Okay, now. That is
listen,
what a time to stay alive.
Hey,
what a time to stay alive.
Man, we've never done watch-alongs before, but that was a bit mad.
We don't do watch-alongs because we wouldn't be able to control what we said.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all at the games anyway, usually, unless they're away.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to have a chuffing camera stuck in my face when I'm calling people characters and stuff.
That is
Especially the
fantastic, that, yeah. And you just got the Andy's Man Club finished just in time as well.
Fucking get in there. What a result.
Come on. Go and talk to someone, dudes.
I'm just turning Joe on now. He's going
In the
mad.
90th minute.
So as we go, you might as well flip over to Joe and get some absolute comedy here because that he's well worth watching.
Get over onto Joe and tell him something random. Where's he gone?
I don't know.
Is he just he's taking himself out. Don't be antisocial there now. See you later. Ah, man, that was funny. I was literally about to end it there. You know what I mean?
You're playing the outro.